Testing. Alright. I'll make sure I turn notifications off. Alright, notifications are turned off. There he is.
Hold up. My TV was on Sling and not on my PlayStation. I'm ready to podcast.
Alright.
Don't move. We have a great match coming up next.
We have one of the best talents on the roster to date versus a formidable opponent.
What you say?
How do I sound? Do I sound good?
Oh, yeah, your audio's great. I'm just getting my topics and everything ready. Alright, let me just click these links real fast. Damn, I could swear I had 3 on here. This time I only got 2 news stories ready for you, so you don't gotta cry.
I actually don't mind the news stories. I feel like it was funny the first time, so I keep doing it.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ahoy Malloy, mateys. Welcome. Come one, come all. It's time for the Straw Cyphers podcast. This is Talking in Teacups, and I'm your stumbling host, D Cypher, along with my co-host, Lawrence.
I thought you were going to say it's good to be here today.
Oh, no, we haven't done this so many episodes, I forgot how it works. This is the serious show with not so serious people. And then I say my name. Yeah, okay, there it is. No, I do say Lawrence. I introduce you, then you be like, yo, what's up? Yeah. You're supposed to say that. You skipped your line, Lawrence. You forgot your line.
No. You say, Lawrence, it's good to be here with you today.
Alright, well, Lawrence, it's good to be here with you today. Well, if you didn't know, you can now follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Cypher's Pit Gaming. Hold on, I'm just gonna switch my audio. It's coming through my TV. It's coming through my ears, and it's loud. There we go. If you didn't know, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Cypher's Pit Gaming. That's 1G, so Cypher's Pit Game in. Like put the game in, but without the E. You know what? Don't overthink it. You know how to spell it. If you want to support the channel, however, you can go to patreon.com/CypherSpitGaming. But if you can't do all those things, which 2 of those things are free, shame, then you can just watch us for free on the YouTubes. We do a live podcast every Sunday at around 7-ish Eastern Standard Time, and we post the old episodes throughout the week after we put our little jazzy stuff in it. You know what I'm talking about? Jazzy jizz. We put our jazzy jizz rolling right along. Let's put something in the oven, and this is a baker's dozen, where we take the hottest news stories of the week and we dissect them for your pleasure. News story numero uno. Joaquin Phoenix's Joaquin, you gotta roll the J. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker sets a new record with a terrific opening. So his movie, Joker, the Joker, if not La Joker. Anyway, he has the box office record for biggest opening in October. Biggest domestic opening for October. And this is coming up in history. Yeah, 2 years ago it was what was that movie called? It Chapter 1. But now Joker is taking it over. And you know, comic book movies are kind of on the rise, so that makes sense. That's pretty much par for the course.
Wait, no. But Chapter 2 came out in September, right?
Yeah. So maybe that won some awards, but we didn't check on the news at that time. But he also won an award at the Venice Film Festival. He was given the prestigious Golden Lion. So this movie has been getting some awards, but it's not without its criticism. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, this movie has a pretty fucked up depiction of violence and mental health. Like, just because you're crazy don't mean you should just revolt and try to kill everybody." You know, people like to take the art and twist it a little bit. I mean, yeah, I get it. It is showing a white guy who gets oppressed and, you know, starts killing people. I mean, he's not shooting up Walmarts.
Aw, dude.
I know,
The
yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
Matchup set to
But
get
that's
underway.
that's what
This
people
is
are
gonna be
going
a
with.
good one. And from what we understand, Corey,
Speaking of
we're going to be joined by a very special guest superstar.
Yeah, speaking
on
of people in
commentary,
panties
here
and
they
bunches,
come. I couldn't be any more
Tekashi69
excited to get this
has
superstar's
now
point of view on the
snitched
competition.
on so many people that he's telling the judge. I mean, he's asking the judge. He's not telling the judge anything. He's asking the judge, "Can you expedite my sentencing?" Like, basically, he's supposed to be sentenced in January so that he can, you know, hopefully get his time shortened. But now he's like, "Listen, I'm trying to get this done sooner rather than later," because he's going to try to get out on time served. So that's what Tekashi 69's plan is. And if you don't know, he dragged Cardi B into it, Jim Jones, or at least the lawyers did. They brought it up and he spoke on it, if not spoke too much on it, you know. But yeah, that's what Tekashi 69 was doing. What are your thoughts on Tekashi? Yeah.
But aren't these people the same people that were trying to kidnap him and kill him and rob him and violate him like 2 months ago?
Definitely was, but when you in that gang mentality, it's supposed to be like, "Oh, you should have just let him kill you, B. You a bitch for not letting him kill you." Yeah.
Bruh. What? I've never heard that.
Right? There is I'm looking through my Google News feed now. There is a leak for the Fallout Legacy Collection. So if you're a Fallout fan, it's going to collect Fallout, which is cool. Fallout 1 and 2 were like tactics style games, like top down. Fallout Tactics, oh wait, that's also a tactical game too. Fallout 3, which got me into the series. Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, in addition to all the DLC. I'm surprised that doesn't already exist though. Like an edition that has all of them. I mean, I never played 1 and 2 nor Tactics, but that's pretty dope. I'm assuming this is going to be on PC only. It says Fallout Legacy will release in UK and Germany only. Oh well, never mind then. But yeah, that leak came out. Speaking of like new stuff, gaming news, PlayStation's crossplay. You familiar with crossplay? That's out of beta now. So yeah, now developers can fully access no crossplay. So like if you're playing on an Xbox right now and you want to play, I don't know, WWE, because I was about to say Fortnite, but that's already crossplay. But if you wanted to play WWE and I'm on the PlayStation, and I'm on PlayStation, that's fully out of beta. So it was beta testing just to see if the network could support it. They figured out the network can support it, and now it's up to game developers themselves. So PlayStation's not going to like, "Oh no, you can't use it." It's up to the game developers to do it themselves. So hopefully we see.
No, some of them already are though. Rocket League, Fortnite.
This year's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the reboot or remaster, whatever, they're going to take full advantage of it. They're going to be the first game to launch with it. So like other games have it, but that's going to be the first game to launch with it. So now I can play against these Xbox tryhards. I wonder how voice communication will work. Like if I don't have a mic in, can I hear them? Probably not. That'd be interesting.
I'm about to say, when I play Rocket League,
we can
people,
all
I
agree
can't
that
hear
was an
what they're,
extremely impressive
like their
win.
mic is not. They can't talk to my party.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now, let's go on to our next segment, the dad joke. Lawrence, do you have a dad joke? Because I got one.
Do I have a dad joke?
Yep.
I don't think so. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, no, I got one. Don't worry. So every morning I announce loudly to my family that I'm going jogging, but then never go. It's a running joke.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So topic number 1. What's harder to find, a good mechanic or a good barber?
Easier?
Harder to find. What's harder to find?
Harder? Mechanic, bro.
Mechanic for sure? I don't know.
Mechanic for sure, because
Black man, that lineup, you got to get that right lineup though. But go ahead.
This should be an incredible matchup.
let
I
me
mean,
just give you a
both
reason,
men have
right?
extensive offensive repertoires,
So,
lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite
Every 2 weeks.
to be number one.
how
Settle in, guys. This is going to be a blast to watch.
Probably every 6 months, maybe 3 if it's really fucking up.
Good grief.
So, if you go,
That was nasty. So precise.
as opposed to what's that? 26
Oh my goodness, crushing
Yeah.
it.
So if you could try out 3 different mechanics,
This might be it. Oh my.
But what does that have to do with the hardness of them, or the difficulty to find? I meant to say.
Because you could only test out 3 mechanics per year.
Oh, okay, so you don't really get the chance to like trial so many different
Yeah,
ones.
Harsh
test
impact.
out
What a stop.
26
Good
different per
grief.
year.
So which mechanic place do you trust? The big names like Pep Boys, AutoZone, or the smaller boys like the mom and pop shops? Like who do you prefer to go?
So if you go to AutoZone, Pep Boy, something like that, you're gonna get taken for a ride.
And the steam. Knee drop.
Really raked over the post. You are gonna get taken for a ride though. But if you go to a smaller shop, you run the risk of getting a really good
Caught him
deal,
right in the jaw.
or
What a
getting
shot.
each other really destroyed on the price or on the service.
So
Ooh, what impact.
just from the strategy, like a strategic standpoint, you serve a better chance. If unless you like to
When this
gamble,
guy's
you have
on,
better odds of just
look
going
out.
with the big name companies.
No, not if you don't. Not if you like to gamble. If you like to gamble, then you have.
Oh,
a
look
better
at the
chance of
baseball
going to the
slide.
small shops.
Whoa, boom, what
I
impact.
guess at the end of the day, it always helps to know a guy. But for those who don't know a guy, can you recommend any shops, any of the big name shops? Like, do you like Pep
Submission
Boys,
move coming
like
up.
AutoZone?
Oh,
I like
look at
Jiffy
this,
Lube.
locked in. Submission move
He's the
here.
one near me,
Nice.
right?
Shut it down.
I go to Players Plus if I need something simple. But if it's something that
Looking for the finish.
I really trust my cities and the offer.
He might have it. Nothing quite like the phenomenal
Okay.
forearm. That has got to be it.
Southwest, I would drop my car. Well, I would even get my car up here to South.
He's got the shoulders down.
You ever push your car? Have you ever had to push your car?
Nah, not for
Yes, takes it.
Oh man, you don't really struggle till you've had to push your car, B.
I can't push my car from
That
Southwest.
match deserves another look, folks.
I mean, any distance, have you ever tried to push your car or ever had been in a situation where you had to push your
Still
car?
can't believe I
snow.
get
For me,
paid
it was
to
the snow.
watch this amazing
Snow mixed
action.
with rain.
I was about to say, I've had to push my mom's car out of the snow. I had to push, I think, my car out of the mud.
The mud? Was
We were
it?
playing,
Where were you at?
it was right down there on Parkside. We were
Okay.
playing basketball, and like, don't you know they got the gravel of
Here
the
is
parking
your
lot, but then
winner,
on the
Thunder.
close side, if
And the
there's no
first
room
match
back
of the
there
night
with the
comes
gravel,
to
you
an
gotta
end
park
in
like
thrilling
dirt.
fashion.
And you just
Okay.
know the rest of the card is watching in the back,
Gotcha.
wondering how in the world they're going to follow that.
All
What a
right.
way to kick off tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks.
All right.
We're just getting
Our
started.
next segment is called Sipping Tea, folks. This is like the hot gossip, but we changed it around. So instead of gossiping, we do a rant. So Lawrence texted me earlier. He said he got a rant about the Indianapolis Colts, I believe. So Lawrence, take us away.
Oh, I don't have a rant about the Indianapolis Colts, but the Colts are my team, and you ask me why. But everybody always asks me why the Colts are my team, and I don't feel like saying it, texting it all out. So I'll say it during a rant.
All right,
But,
put it on wax.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Colts are my team because when I was a kid, Marvin Harrison was my favorite player, and I played wide receiver, and I just wanted to be like him, so I watched all the Colts games. And then when I watched enough Colts games, I watched Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning is a genius. So that's why the Colts are my favorite team.
Okay. I am personally more of an Eagles boy. I liked Donovan McNabb and Brian Dawkins, that whole squad. Then when we had Terrell Owens, I thought that was pretty lit. What's his name? Yeah, that's all I got is those two, those
Westbrook.
three. Yeah,
I thought you were
Westbrook.
about to say Brian Westbrook.
Yeah, both the Bryans. I was trying to remember everybody's name, just going as best as I
Both
can.
superstars coming to this matchup
Donovan
with a
McNabb was
lot
pretty
to
cool.
prove.
He was on the
These
Campbell's
guys
Chunky
are
Noodle Soup
undoubtedly
things. I
gonna
like
give
Chunky
us
Noodle
a
Soup,
show
so
here
I thought that was pretty cool. Chunky noodle soup. That's as a kid, that's my frame of reference. Like, he likes chunky noodle soup. I like chunky noodle soup. All right, my man, 50 grand. Now, as far as rants go, here is my rant. So I gotta take us in a time machine. So let's get the TTD. Let's go back to the year 2014. I believe that's the year we're gonna go to. 2014, 2015. This little company known as Microsoft, they buy this game, Minecraft, from Notch for about 4 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, some amount of billions. And I'm thinking, oh boy, that's not good, because I play Minecraft. Then, flash forward to 2016, they make this big announcement, maybe 2017, they make this big announcement. Oh guys, don't worry about it. Look what we about to do. We about to have a 4K update. Graphics is going to be crazy, son. It's going to look like Minecraft 2. And guess what? Guess what? Better Together update. Now you can play with Xbox and Nintendo Switch. So it was like Oprah came on stage and was like, you get a Minecraft, you get a Minecraft, you get a block, you get another quartz, you get a, piece of wool. So I'm like, oh, this is hype right here. This is hype beast for real. So I was like really into Minecraft. Then 2017 rolls around, we still don't get no updates. Fortnite comes out, takes over the game. 2018, Fortnite kills them in the game, and then it's just like no Minecraft, or Minecraft still exists, but no like cross-play capabilities. See how I'm tying it back to our news story. So then 2019 runs around and they have this big event called Minecon, an event that they have every year, and they announce all this cool stuff. They got bees coming to the game, buzz, buzz, buzz. With bees come honey. Okay, cool, that makes sense. Bees, honey, I get it. That's a product of their environment. They just bees living in a honey world. Yeah. No, honey come from bees. That's just a product of their environment. So I'm like, all right, cool.
I didn't know they had bees in the game.
Well, it's not out yet. It's coming out. So that was one of their big announcements. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is how you start the press conference. I like it. What else? What's next? What's next? So then they started talking about, oh yeah, when you start scripting in the game. Now I don't do anything like that, but like when you program the game, you can get these things like a TNT wand, a TNT that if you blow it up, it'll make a house for you. I'm like, oh, this sounds lit, bro. What's happening next? Then they started talking about some secret updates. Like, oh, guess what? We're gonna work on the Nether. I'm like, the Nether? They like the Nether. They add new biomes into the Nether, new creatures called piglins. Piglins? No, piglins? Chitlins. No, it's lins at the end. It's L-I-N. I don't know what they call piglins, because the pig warriors, or zombie pigmen, that's their whole ish. But the people look like warthogs. So it's the pigs and the warthogs versus each other. But anyway, so I'm like, oh cool, secret update. It's like 10 minutes left in the conference, which y'all gonna announce now. So my friend Ned, he's all talking about, yeah, don't worry about it, babe. They're gonna announce crossplay with PS4. Don't even worry about it, son. I got you. So I'm sitting there waiting, watching. My wife is calling me. I'm like, babe, you interrupted. They about to announce Minecraft crossplay for PS4. She's like, oh, my bad. Dang, I didn't even know it was like that. I'm like, yeah, it's like that, dog. I can play on my PS4. So 10 minutes go by, and they're like, all right, see y'all. Bye. Next year, we're going to be in Vegas or something like that. I'm like, wait, hold up. Let me rewind this, John, because Shantae was calling me. Let me run this back real quick. Run the tapes. So I ran the tapes, and they said nothing about PS4 crossplay. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? So mind you, there's two different versions of Minecraft out. They have the Bedrock Edition, which is the main one that they focus on. Then they have the other shits, which is us, console. I mean, they also have Java, but we're not even talking about that. That doesn't count. So we're still stuck in the old shit where we can't get all the good shit. So my rant is just that Minecraft, you fucking with me, B. Sony gave y'all the green light. It's up to y'all now. Y'all my only hope. I'd like to play crossplay. I got this badass world on PS4. I want to put that on Bedrock Edition and do all kinds of ill stuff with it.
Yeah, the performance put forth in that match tells me we're looking at somebody who will
I had to get that off my chest. No, that was my rant. I was still on the rant. That was my rant. Yeah, that was bobbled in. I had to get that out. I feel much better.
You know what I want? I need them to make the maps slightly bigger, like one more loop around.
If you do Minecraft Bedrock, you get infinite worlds. So
I know, but I don't even need infinite. I just need it slightly bigger.
Okay.
Just one more map on, expanded out.
You just want another biome. That's why. Like you want the new biomes. That's what I'm saying.
My map is older than your map.
Really? Word?
Yes. Remember, you was playing on my map and everything.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
before you was playing on my map before you even started yours.
Say word. Look at this behind the scenes. You see, people who watch the podcast, you're getting some behind the scenes information. Bet you wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, so we've explored everything 3 times over. Like we need, and like anything that's come out, we don't get access to that new stuff on our old stuff, on our old map. And I don't feel like, um, oof, sorry, I was looking at football. I don't feel like starting a whole new map over. Like I worked so hard on that. Like I never opened that map in creative. That shit is all. I worked on that. That shit is all survival.
Hmm. How many times have you guys killed the dragon? The Ender Dragon?
Like 10.
Damn. I just remember the dirt thing. I think I made that draw. The dirt dive. I know I didn't make it. I just remember climbing up it. It was so funny.
Nah, you didn't make it. I made that.
I made a house on a hill, and then it got bombed,
Yeah,
and
you
then I
made a
was
house
so
on the hill.
bummed. I remember that now. Now I remember that. And I wish I could edit that
Yeah.
clip in there, but I don't have that clip.
Wait, did it get bombed or did it get burned? I thought it got burned.
I thought it was TNT beginning of it, but you know what? TNT is probably hard to come by in Survival, so maybe it
The
was a
tag
little
team
burn.
action underway here.
A little bit of burn.
And whichever
action.
team wins this match here tonight can absolutely make an argument for being one of WWE's top teams.
What a clothesline!
But yeah, there was a whole court trial. You murdered the person who burned down your stuff.
Oh man,
Yes, I
what
did.
a leg drop!
I remember that ish. Shit. Fuck it. We're gonna curse. We're gonna curse. We talking about Minecraft and we cursing. What a contradiction that is. You can't curse when you talk about that video game. It's like cursing at Lego. It's
He's
like,
on the
oh, it's
defensive
fucking
here.
red
It's decision
interchangeable
time, Cole.
block.
Does he try to get back on the offensive himself, or does he attempt to make a tag
But
here?
now,
This thing appears to be slipping away from him in a hurry, guys. And you can bet he
would you
envisioned
rather
things
have
going much
$1 million
differently for him heading into this match.
or laws that don't apply to you, but you can't steal any money?
He's not looking like himself here. Headed into this match, he and his partner look extremely confident.
Well, it's not
There's a
dire
clear answer
consequences
here.
for him here, which is good.
I mean,
but just in case, he might want
laws-
to think about getting his partner in there for a
that's
bit.
such a good question.
DDT!
Like you
Laws.
can't
This
steal,
just might be enough
but
for him
if
to take
any
the
type
victory
of
here.
theft,
Did you
such
guys
as
feel
like
that too?
insider
Now.
trading or
We know what
like
this is.
fraud or
It's a
like
stampede.
like
You asked me the law, and I'll say yes or no. Insider trading is obviously stealing, so that's going to be a no-no. You got to find a loophole to steal, so that's a no-no. But like laws.
So what you're saying is I won't be able to find a loophole to steal as long as I'm stealing money. That's
He is getting
If it's
absolutely
obvious stealing,
manhandled
like
here.
if it's a
Once
law
this thing
such as
turns
maybe
around here, this
in
tag
my
team
mind
match is all
you don't gotta pay your taxes. Like that's a law, right? You gotta pay your taxes. That's a law, I believe. So if it's a law saying you don't gotta pay your taxes, then I'm gonna take that law and not pay any taxes. I can work my way
I'll
up to
just
$1
take
million.
the million out.
You take the 100 million, by the way, 100 million.
100 million? Oh,
100
I'm
million.
taking it all day.
Reverses that
Now
one.
it's going to be less work, but if you take the option that has more work and you have no laws that
100
apply
million
to
tax free.
100 million plus taxes, laws apply to you, little
He's
bitch.
going for the
So you
pin.
gotta pay
And he
taxes.
doesn't stay
So
down
really,
for
you walk
long.
away with like maybe
Still
30
seems a little
million
early.
after the
No,
taxes
not
and fees.
30.
Yeah, government's
But
greedy.
realistically, though,
Realistically, 30.
Absolutely
No,
spiked.
like 60 to 65, I would say.
I need to get my teacher, Brett
He's
Osler,
playing with him now.
to get on this podcast. He'll let us know the exact amount
He's
and all
looking at it.
the laws. So, Brett, if you're watching this
Agile.
podcast, which I know you
Now
are,
it's time to
definitely
capitalize.
holler at your boy.
That's how
Let's
you
get on the
use your
podcast.
agility
Let's
to your
talk some
advantage, Cole.
financial literacy.
He thinks he
Yeah, do you
has it.
remember
One,
this song? That's
two,
what I play.
and they
Yeah, that's
kick
the
out
Wood,
at
but I can't
two.
remember his first name.
Just
I'm
not
trying to
enough
remember his
damage
first
done
name.
yet, Cole.
Ronald Wood.
Yeah, Ronald Wood. He definitely told us
goes.
financial literacy. We got to play with the stock
Yeah, we
market.
put his whole
All
government on
over.
YouTube.
Just some
I'm
great
pretty mad at
execution
him.
right there.
All right,
This is
Mr.
what makes him
Bleep.
one of the best in
Yeah,
the
great
business.
teacher. Shout out to
Nobody
the teachers
controls
that
the
you can
pace of
remember,
the match
man.
quite
Shout out
like
to
this
those.
guy.
What do you mean teachers you remember? I remember all the teachers.
Irish
You
whip.
remember your teachers?
Oh, no.
What
We
was
know
the
what this
teacher's
is.
name? This is from an early episode of the podcast, so you can just say her last name. And I talked about the time where I got in trouble for breaking the glass, even though I already slammed the door.
Looks like he's starting
Who's
to
that teacher's
falter.
name?
This tag team match is dangerous.
Because every time I listen to that podcast, it bothers me.
The
Miss Keller, I think
abuse
that's what
his
it
body
was.
has gone-
No, she was a doctor though, 'cause she made you say doctor. Because she was like, oh, I got to school and got my PhD, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't Miss Keller. Her name was Dr. Keller. And I said Dr.
She was
Pikus.
the only, because our English teachers
somehow he breaks it.
were too
They may have
young,
broken
bro.
free, Cole, but I
Mr.
assure you the
Dobson.
damage has already been done.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't skeleton.
I don't like saying their names all on YouTube, but still.
Alright, yeah. This will be a Patreon exclusive thing right here. Plus we're ranting, so you're getting your money's worth. What time is it, by the way? 7:20. That's actually short for a podcast. You're getting your money's worth. But
He started at 55, I think.
yeah.
Nasty kick to the face.
Okay, you good, Shadow?
He wants no part of the outside.
That was a no. He hears something.
Big boot. That is a game changer.
Wait,
What's going to happen here?
Cypher.
Cypher,
I forget
yeah.
what you call yourself on the podcast.
Is D-Cypher, yeah.
Are you
Going
down
for the
to
big
win
one.
some medals?
Just when you thought he had nothing left. Put it in the books.
It's never
There's
free to
he's
play
got
because
him
I don't have
covered.
that.
One. And the count's
Oh, okay.
broken, keeping the match alive.
It's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's free to play. I was about to say, once your squad stops running with you, it just becomes like not as fun. I was saying if you want to get a new squad together.
Putting it all
Gotcha.
on the
Well, probably
line.
not tonight, but I do got you. I got to download it.
No, not tonight.
You might have
not
it.
tonight.
Look at
I don't have it downloaded either. I'm looking at all the games.
This
I want
one
to
is
read.
over.
I never went through it like that.
Oh, wait, so what are you doing? Because I'm watching WWE. Like, I'm
The
watching
count's
WWE.
broken, keeping the match
I'm watching
alive.
the Dallas
It's not
Cowboys.
over yet.
Gotcha. I'm talking about on your PlayStation. You doing that on your PlayStation?
Well, while I'm watching a Cowboys game, I'm looking through games I don't play anymore. And
I'm sure how much he has left. He's making us. He's on a rampage now.
You have a terabyte?
Oh, and he
What size hard
connects.
drive? Yeah.
There's no reason to lose your footing on a move like that. Come on,
Ouch.
tough it up.
Ouchie, munchy. That's not a lot, bro.
Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys
But I
are.
have an external
And
hard
there's
drive.
his speed
I just
paying
too
off.
lazy to plug it in and move everything through it.
Gotcha. It does take a
Randall
long time.
applied. Boom, gutbuster.
Alright, so, next topic. Topic number 3, by the way. How good or
He's in
bad,
trouble.
and or bad, as a matter of fact, was President Trump when compared to former President Bush, George Bush,
Can he finish him off
third,
here?
whichever one.
That'll
The one
put you
from
in a bad
2000
mood.
2000.
There's the pin. One.
Yeah, George
And it
W.
stops
Bush.
the count.
How good or bad was
Lucky
Trump
him.
compared to that Bush?
What do you mean? Well, you can't really compare the two because Trump has 3 years in office and George Bush has 8.
Is he
Beautiful
3 years?
technique.
No, he's
This is what
4
makes him
years.
one of the
Well, I
best
guess
in
it's
the
not on his
business.
4th year yet because it was from 2016. But then he didn't really get
Well, he
noticed
was
until
elected in
2017.
2016.
Yeah.
In
Out
off the
there
tag.
2017,
Gotcha.
and he's going on like almost 3 years now.
Ooh, what impact.
I mean, but even
Oh,
with that short
boy,
amount
he
of
is
time,
rolling.
what's the comparison? How are you feeling? Was he worse, better?
Here he goes.
I mean, for me,
Harsh impact.
yeah, it's definitely
I mean,
That's when you put an
man.
exclamation point on the end of the match, guys.
I feel like nobody really liked George Bush.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was
But,
clowning Bush in
Trump-
the media like crazy. Like they made movies and documentaries coming at him.
There's
But
no way
I
he's
think
giving up now.
Trump, though, has been leading
Interesting
this
decision here,
stellar
Corey.
economy.
I don't know.
But-
I kind of like it. He clearly wants to
We're
inflict some more
scheduled to get
punishment.
like a rough recession, and
The
some of his
elbow
policies are
close
just making it even rougher than it would have been.
He goes for the
George
cover.
Bush also had a recession,
And he
so
breaks
we
the pin.
can't know how you compare the two until I would say Trump's presidency is over.
interesting. Is Trump being impeached? Because I've seen
Man, that hurts.
this on the Twitters, but I'm like, I know they're doing an investigation right now, but is he going to be impeached? I mean, I guess we don't know the results of the
Position, turns
investigation.
around.
But I
An
think
incredible moonsault.
I'm
First of all,
surprised.
they're trying to get him on some shit. Like,
Oh, nasty impact. He looks a bit
not
off
even
his
really
game here.
anyway.
We all know, though, this guy has plenty of fight left in him.
The beauty
But I
of
feel like
tag
by the
team
time
competition
they're able to
is
get
that he
everything
doesn't
done,
need
he'll
to take
already
the
be,
entire
unless they just
brunt
want
of
to
the
tarnish his
opposition's
name,
attack.
he'll already be out the
Someone thought
door.
of making a tag.
They're banking on the fact
Give
that
it
people
5
hate him so
stars.
much that they could just
To
keep
think,
him
I
on.
almost wrote him off earlier.
He thinks he has it. 2. He's not
I
done
don't think
fighting
he's
yet.
going to
Not
get
yet.
impeached because, like I said, it's so late towards his intern. Not that that has any ramifications on it, but it's like you guys put up with so much stuff from him. Like I think this is why I say maybe
I
not
gotta
good or
say,
bad, but
when
he
I
was
saw this
certainly
week's power rankings, I thought there was a
way
misprint.
more controversial
There's no
than
way
Bush
this
was. Bush was
superstar
kind of like
deserves
the
such a
dummy,
favorable
and then
rank.
towards the
When
end,
this
looking
guy's
back at
on,
it, you know,
look
8
out.
years removed or however many years removed since he's been in office, he's like the lovable dummy, the Southern lovable dummy, who was clearly a puppet. I mean,
And now
come
one
on, big
more
facts.
time.
Which Trump also is as well, but it was just like Trump's just drawing like a hot-headed, 10-year-old, not even teenager, bro.
Beautiful
10-year-old.
technique. That has got to be it. Talk about an
Where it's like if George Bush was a
a
10-year-old, he'd be like, level.
And now one more. You gotta
But his
believe it.
foolishness not the same
Might
as
have done it,
George
Cole.
Bush foolishness. Like George Bush
That's
foolishness.
the thing. George Bush is just kind of.
How resilient was that? Wow, what's it going to take?
And he just like he doesn't have a great grasp of the English language, so it's easy to make fun of him.
Oh,
But Trump
continuing
is
to
just like the
punish
shit
them.
he says is just so easy to pick apart.
And mind you, I was way younger, so I didn't really gather everything that Bush did. But I remember Bush drawing on the wall. Bush was like, "Yo, I'm about to kill Osama," which kind of made sense, even though we all knew that was like set up.
The amount of people crossing the border when Bush was president compared to the amount of people who are crossing the border now is you can't compare. So many.
This might be it. Oh my.
Yeah, but I think
He's looking at
that's
it.
a good one. I think we always had illegal immigration. Maybe the amount's higher.
We've
Maybe.
always had illegal immigration. We will always have illegal
Game,
immigration.
set, match. This one is over.
It's
He
hard to
might have
compare
it.
the two.
But I think
Is he
I
done?
don't know if I would do another Trump again versus if I had to do another Bush
Going for
again.
something else, it seems.
Bush
I
is really
suspect
old
he
now,
knows
so
something that we
I
don't.
couldn't. For sure,
Why else would he just let him out of that hole?
Like if they had both just came up in the ballot somehow for next year, and it was just those two versus each other, I'd be like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could do that.
Hooked up and
It'd be tough.
belly to
I vote
back
for
suplex.
Bush.
Leg drop.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Up
I'm a
and
libertarian.
shove knee.
Most of my policy positions lean more Republican than Democrat, but I don't really like.
That should do it right there. 3.
Yeah, I don't really
It went
like the
that.
way they.
Says a lot about a duo.
I mean, maybe it's probably media bias too. You know, Trump gets 95% negative media coverage.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Hitler didn't get
Champions worked
95%
hard
negative
in
media
this
coverage.
matchup,
bro.
Corey. That was pretty incredible. It was a grueling battle for
But
sure,
say,
but they were able to
now,
adapt and overcome.
what we did from the
He's
communist
here.
dictatorship, he didn't get 95%
Welcoming committee.
negative media coverage. He killed
These
60 million
superstars
of his own
obviously
people.
want what
Well,
the
then I'll give him that.
champions
He got some
Go
pretty
get
much
it.
tough skin.
Come on.
Because
I'd love to
he
see
sure
him
takes it in
right
stride.
here,
Yes, I
right
gotta give him
now.
respect for that.
95%
Don't do it. Pick your spots better.
kind of crazy.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I don't actually hate Trump. I disagree with a lot of stuff he does, but I feel like he's just doing some of the things, not all of the things, but some of the things, just to know, because he knows the what's it called, the 48 laws of power, where it's like it's better to have some type of attention than no attention at all. So he's just like, yo, fuck it, I'll
That's what-
take whatever attention I can get.
They were saying that the media coverage that they give him, it would like no politician could ever afford to pay for that type of media coverage. Like they're basically giving him a bunch of media coverage, even though it's all almost 100% negative.
And is it true that they say there's no press, there's no such thing as bad press?
I mean, apparently not. He won.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely did. So wait, I got a subtopic. I know I'm gonna let you eat your dinner in a second, but before we get to topic number 4, who's your
No, I'll just go whenever.
okay? Who's your Democratic hopeful? Like, who do you want to take the Democratic slot?
Tulsi Gabbard, but she's not gonna win.
See,
Looks
for
like he's
me,
going to grace us with
I'm
his
gonna go
presence
with
once
Yang.
more.
Like Andrew Yang.
With
Yeah,
him,
but say I
you
like
know
Yang.
this is
Yeah,
going
I
to
like
be good.
Andrew Yang.
This could
I don't think that
honestly
he's going to
be
get
about
the
a few
universal
things.
basic income,
Let's find
but
out.
I do like that he's trying and he's different. So I'm like, all right, he was crying a little bit. He was like, yo, they got us wearing makeup and shit. This shit fake as hell. I'm like, yo, bro, keep it real, keep it 100.
That's what I hate. Like none of these front. Like I hate Elizabeth Warren. I hate Bill. I hate Kamala Harris. I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Cory Booker. Bernie Sanders is a communist. Like who am I gonna vote for? I would if it was Yang Trump, I vote Yang. If it was Gabbard Trump, I'll vote Gabbard. But I'm not voting for Trump, and I'm probably gonna vote Libertarian again.
Alright, well, topic number 4, final topic of the show. You guys got a great episode, by the way. This is our hopes and predictions for the unofficially announced anyway, PS5. So, number 1 hope, call it PS5, because duh. Don't call it anything different. That's just stupid.
Somebody needs to count the 10.
I mean, at this
What
point,
do you call it? New Xbox.
the new Xbox, you can call it the Nextbox or Xbox Infinity. Xbox Infinity sounds probably better. You got the Xbox Infinity? Xbox I?
I was about to say, after Xbox Infinity, though, where are you going to go after Infinity?
Where the fuck do you go after Xbox One? Like, that was already done. And where do you go after Xbox 360?
That's so stupid.
It was supposed to be like all-in-one. This is the media device that does everything for you. You can play your cable through it. You can play your Bluetooth through it. So it's like all-in-one. It's supposed to be like a marketing.
really
There's
love that
already
mic.
an Xbox.
Man,
That's
it's
the
on
first
now.
Xbox.
Well,
He's not
technically,
gonna keep
there's
us
an
waiting, so let's
Xbox.
find out.
There's an Xbox 360. Then there's an
But when the
Xbox One.
PlayStation came out, it was just a PlayStation. Now it's PlayStation 1. So when the Xbox 360 came out, that became an Xbox One. Then they came out with stupid ass Xbox One.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid.
Okay.
I want them to be every game 60 frames per second because I like the smooth fluidity that looks. So as a minimum, every game gotta run 60 frames, and you can go up to however you want, 120, 240. I don't care, but as a minimum, every game should be 60 frames per second because come on, like it's gonna be 2020 when it comes out. Oh, my predicted release date. Let it get 2021. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not in no rush for these new consoles to come out. Take your time. Make sure the specs inside of it match that year's gaming PCs, or actually no, the year after's gaming PCs, which is impossible because they haven't made it yet. But like if it comes out in 2020, let it have 2021 computer parts, because I know the PC is going to be out and just keep outpacing it. So there's no point in trying to be like, oh yeah, it compares. 4K, sure, why not? I don't really see the difference between 4K and 1080p, but fuck it, 4K, give us that. Ray tracing, big facts, need that. I like the fact that they're going to make it run on the SSD so they can load things much faster. That's going to be interesting. Expensive, but interesting. And I'm okay with the price being $1,000. If I'm keeping it 100, I'm okay with it being $1,000. As long as it matches. No. Hear me out. As long as it matches what $1,000 can get you as far as gaming parts. It's not going to be $1,000 because they know that people wouldn't buy it and people are scared of that number. But I'm okay with it being as close to it as it's comfortable with being. If it wants to.
So if the next Xbox comes out and it's $450 or $500, and the PlayStation comes out and it's $1,000, you know me better than most people. You know I'm a PlayStation guy. If the Xbox comes out for $450 or $500, and the PlayStation comes out at $1,000, I'm getting the Xbox, and I would rather get 2 Xboxes than get one PlayStation for $1,000 if that's your insight.
Now, like I said, if this thing comes with like 32 gigs of RAM and a crazy graphics card, I'm going to be like, okay, I see what you're going for here. I'm going to catch you on Black Friday.
Right there.
The PlayStation 4 though came out. Like, the PlayStation 4 came out with better like specs than the Xbox One. What they did was dumb down all the things so it couldn't even run for 450. So that's a waste of money.
Alright, well, how many gigs of RAM do you want the PS5 to have since you want to lower it to, let's say 600 then. Can you do 600?
I can do whatever as long as it runs. Because you're just going to dumb down the game so that it can run on the Xbox system too.
Oh, you're talking about for the multiplayer games. No, well, yeah, of course. I'm not just speaking
And all
about...
the best games are multi-platforms.
Such as what? Rocket League?
Which is what game do you play that's not multi-platform?
I was trying to think of games and... Uncharted. Duh. Let's get it.
I haven't even played Uncharted 4.
Oh, man. Like ever or just not recently?
Ever.
Oh, wow. That's like a cinematic experience. You're going to enjoy that game, bro.
Yo, the thing is, so Uncharted 3 is a cinematic.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
It's such like a movie game. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely great. The specs of the PS4, by the way, start off at 8 gigs of RAM. So the PS5 has to be 32. Because I'm just saying, a PS5 should be able to run 2 PS4s and then some change. I want full backwards compatibility, is all I'm saying. full
He's taking
backwards
some
compatibility.
offense.
I wanted to play every single PS4 game.
This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere where he thrives.
I wouldn't call for the medics just yet, Cole. He still appears.
Order can't be restored, and the ref calls the match
Yeah,
off.
oh yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
rules
If that's
are
the
rules.
case,
You
like
gotta
my
pay
digital game. You
attention
talking about your
to
digital games?
It's that
Yeah, I
simple.
bought it on my account. I should be able to move it over.
Yeah, that would actually be
Harsh
perfect too.
impact.
See, I was just going to keep my PS4 and just beat them all, and then never get a PS5 anytime soon. But if I can transfer them over, then yeah, I'll get the PS5. If it also, I mean, this isn't a requirement, but it'd be nice to have if they can also make it run a little faster. Like, you know, with the Xbox One, if you put a 360 game in there, it'll give it slight perks. So if I can get some slight perks like, you know, 1080 or 4K upscaling and better resolution, then sure. Because other than that, it's going to be like, what's the point of getting this 5 if it's not going to load any faster? I'm sure they will make it be like, oh yeah, we'll give you a little bit of extra speed. But I'm cool with 600. I'm cool with a price tag of 600. I'm being perfectly honest. I'm cool with a price tag of 600. And I wanted
It's still a
to.
pretty strong machine, though.
I wanted to support VR like without the stupid box extra. I know that's asking for too much. I'll take the box extra.
Yeah, if that's the case, then it should cost 1,000.
And they're not going to do that because 1,000 is a great price tag for a computer, but for a video game console, they're probably scared of that. And people are scared of that. There were some rumors. Now this isn't going to happen either.
Most people buy
You can
this.
feel the electricity
True.
running through this arena. This is going to be some battle, one-on-one.
I mean, they do that on these iPhones. If I'm being perfectly blunt with you.
The thing is, but all phones are that price.
No, they're supposed
That's
to be
because-
500 and 600. Now they 1,000. That's the premium ones, which is drawing for real.
Yeah, that's the premium one. And it's like my phone. There's nothing I can do on my computer that I can't do on my phone.
Oh, nasty
Right.
impact.
Basically, buying a computer that I can walk around with and call my mom on.
Yeah.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
For the same thing
He's
that you've
starting
been
to
getting for
stumble
years.
here. He's gonna
Like
wanna
maybe
make
the
sure this
little
doesn't
circuit
snowball
board
out
is
of
probably
control.
better,
Let's not
but
get
it's
ahead
still
of
glass
ourselves,
and
Cole. This
probably
is just
plastic
a
or
little
aluminum,
bump in the
depending
road
on
for
which
him here.
console you
Nothing
pick.
to worry about.
I guess it's
You
all
don't wanna
glass
count
because
a
they all got
competitor
wireless
out,
charging
but
now.
things
So
don't
$1,000 just feels like they're just
What a
being greedy.
slam! He's looking good now, guys.
1,000 is they're overcharging, but again,
Here he
they have
goes.
I'm not getting no
Big slam. Can he end it here?
At
That should do it,
GameStop,
Cole.
when
There's
I was
no
there, they
coming back from a
experimented
slam
with
of that
that.
mag.
He's
There was
going for
probably
the
like
pin.
a credit card, so it was like really dumb. I think you leased. No, they had a credit
He's
card,
got a lot
but then they
left
also
in him.
experimented
He can
with like
withstand a lot
leasing a
more punishment, I
PlayStation
can
or
promise you
leasing a
that.
video game console. It didn't take off because people just weren't with it. I feel like if they stood fast and stood by it, it would eventually took off. And then to this point, because this was years ago when I used to be there, now it would have been ubiquitous where it's like that's a common thing you do. Like with cell phones, you
He's got the
get on a
shoulders
payment
down.
plan. But at GameStop, they should have let you do it. Payment plans. But GameStop would have lost so much money. People would have been burning them like crazy.
Oh hell yes, yes. Can you imagine?
You know how many phone calls you getting like, hey, this is whatever credit card company just trying to collect your $1,000 debt to GameStop. They're like, bitch, this ain't, I don't know who GameStop is.
For real, I would just pay one of my friends with
in this matchup.
real bad credit. I would pay him $200 to go to GameStop, take that credit card.
There's a good sign that he's able to walk
Your
out
friend's
and
But I say, what is
just hope that
his credit card?
this doesn't hamper
You're a bad friend and your friend's
his
stupid.
future in the WWE. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, man. Alright, what are some, I named a bunch of my stuff. What are some of your predictions or hopes for the PS5?
I need GTA 6.
Yeah, of course. Is that a
GTA
hope or
6,
is that a
that's
hope or a
hope.
prediction? Because we know that's a fact. Like that's
Prediction.
yeah,
Prediction.
yeah. Oh, prediction,
It
the
has to
obvious
be- It has to be
things.
It has to be multi-city.
Oh, see, now we're getting somewhere.
GTA 6, bro. I've been thinking about. I had a dream about it last night.
So you know it's gonna be in Vice City, right? Because a lot of leaks and
No,
rumors
no,
have been
but what
talking
I'm-
about that.
What
It's
I'm
gonna be in
saying
Vice
is, if
City.
you could take a plane, like if Vice City is small, you don't need to make one huge map. You make Vice City like a modest size, and just make it the size that it was on PlayStation 2, because that's big enough for a city.
They're gonna do what they did with Red Dead. Because
You don't
isn't
know-
Red Dead multiple cities, right? Or no?
Red Dead is different.
Two,
though,
Red Dead
because
2.
Scores will
yeah,
be
Red Dead 2 is
settled,
different
bodies
because
will be
Red
broken.
Dead is always boasts just a massive map.
And what a lineup on
But
this
that's what I
card,
assume
starting with
that
a
they're
bang.
gonna
A
do.
lot
Don't
of it is
go
nothing in
anywhere.
it. Like, it's taking up space on the game, but it's nothing in a lot of this space on the map.
Okay, yeah, it's like
What you do, you
empty.
make a modest-sized city, and then you could take a plane to like Liberty City. You take a plane to a new city like Chicago or something.
Nah, keep it with the core three. Fuck this new shit stuff. Unless they're gonna go to Philly,
Well,
which they're
San
not.
Andreas, I feel like we've already done so much in Los
Oh yeah,
Santos.
no, they're not
Like
gonna
at
do
least,
that.
all right,
But
then
Liberty City for
don't do
sure.
Los Santos.
Liberty
Like do
City.
Do Liberty City, do Vice City, and then do either San Fierro or Las Venturas.
Okay,
That'd be
yeah,
sweet.
now we can do that. You being greedy though. We got to remember they're going to fully detail these maps. So let's scale it back. I'm going to speak
Yes,
on behalf of Dan
but it's
Hauser.
huge.
You
It
being
doesn't have to
greedy.
be huge. Like if you look at the map on GTA 5, yes, the map is huge, but how much is really in most of that map? Like
Okay,
it's
you just want a city. You don't care about the wildlands, badlands, whatever.
nah, don't nobody care
Countryside,
about that.
countryside. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
You go like the if you look at it, only like a third to a quarter of the map is the city. Everything else is just like, you know, mountains and shit.
Before we continue, I did forget to do um
Yeah, I
the
heard.
the viewer mail
On my
section.
way up soon.
Fresh off the pot. So real quick, let me just read some of these comments. Jeremiah Johnson says, "F Jiffy Lube," or we can curse on this podcast. I don't know why I said F. He said, "Fuck Jiffy Lube. They will try to rip you off." He's had a bad experience. And then some weird gaming nerd says, "The Sons of America will rise." So just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
Just had to drop that dime. All right, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up the show, folks. I don't have any bars for Shantae to read right now. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll for final thoughts. Actually, Lawrence, anything you want to add?
Nah, man, just that dream is sick, and if they can make GTA 6 anything like that, I will buy it.
You know the crazy thing about
Very crazy.
GTA 6, it's going to be on par, if not better, than Red Dead 2, and Red Dead 2 looks so good. So
Red
just
Dead
keep
2,
that in mind.
you haven't played it yet?
I haven't beat it. I've only played the beginning part of it, and then I was like, I'm gonna put this down and come back to it, because I was still playing Minecraft at the time, and you know Minecraft sucks you in. So like, if you come back to Red Dead, you're like, what the fuck is
What, you
happening
have the
in the
disc?
story? No, I was downloading it from like Sly or something. Like he got it, and then he let me share play. Not share play. What's that thing called? Game share.
Gotcha.
I do want to have the disc. I think that's worth like that little red box having that in your collection. If it's red, I assume it's red.
On the way to the ring.
The disc?
At a combined
No,
weight
the
of
case, the
400
box. I like having the
pounds,
box on my shelf.
Harvey
Well,
the box is blue.
Jester,
Blue?
the
What?
Anarchist.
The paper in the box is red.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, of course. I want I want the Nintendo Switch as well. I'm thinking about the color red now because that's their color. Nintendo Switch is red, Xbox is green, and then PlayStation is blue. Which is funny because
What a
PS3
great
used
match
to be
we
red.
have here to
and then
start
they
off
switched
this
to
night,
blue.
guys.
And Michael, I had to check twice when I saw this match listed as our opener. I mean,
Say
it could
again?
I always
very
thought they
well
would
have
do
been our
black
main
and
event.
white.
The marketing, I mean, like at GameStop, we used to use red marketing for PlayStation. So I don't know if that was official from Sony, but that was GameStop. And then Nintendo used to be blue, but like a lighter blue for Nintendo Wii.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but then they switched, so I just find that funny. Like years later, they switched. All right, well, that wraps up the show. So, folks, we will see you same black time, same black channel. We out.
Yeah.
That was a good
But
one.
yeah, bro,
I
I gotta go up and eat. Tell Shantae I said what up.
I will. I can't end the. I'm still trying to end the podcast. I can't. My share buttons doesn't wanna. There it is. Couldn't press it for some reason.